and Malone, but 6 years ago, they added the perfect complement to that Hall of Fame duo. Jeff Hornacek, now in his 14th and final season as one of the best pure shooters the league has ever seen.
I never anticipated I'd get drafted.
Welcome to the 1986 NBA Draft.
I remember sitting in Chicago at the pre-draft camp, and most people in the NBA, in fact all of them other than Phoenix, said that he couldn't make it in the NBA.
They said, we have 3 second-round picks. If you're there on those picks, we're going to take you.
The Phoenix Suns select.
This guy didn't look like a basketball player when I first saw him. I didn't know if he was, I didn't know who he was really. I hadn't heard the name. I know it was a difficult name to pronounce, and you know, he wasn't shaped like a basketball player. He just didn't look like an NBA player. Jeff is one of those rare teammates that everybody that plays with him loves him. There's nobody you want coming off a down pick or spotting up on an open jump shot more so than you'd want Jeff Hornacek.
KJ up top, raised, no, right side, Hornacek from 17. That's good, that's good.
He was such a fine player in Phoenix and fit in so well there, and I know it was agonizing for the Phoenix organization to trade him.
You just felt like you were part of that family and that you were going to be there forever, and then all of a sudden you get a call saying you're traded. And well, luckily I went to Philadelphia, and I wouldn't have got traded from Phoenix. I would have ended up in Utah, so I guess it all works out.
When the Jazz made a trade for him, for Jeff Malone, I thought, man, well, this is going to be the best trade the Jazz ever made.
There wasn't a lot of adjustment for him. He's an unusual player, and coming to a team that was pretty much set in what we did, Stockton to Malone all the time.
Played with John and Carl in the one All-Star game and played against them. It seemed like when I was in Phoenix, we played Utah in the first round of the playoffs every single year. So I must have played with and against them 50 times over my career to that point, and knew that I'd be able to fit in.
And Horny for 3. Mo, my favorite. The adrenaline flows when I see it swinging around to him. And we're down 2, and there's seconds to go, and he goes for the 3, and you know it's going.
Horny pulls up for 3. Yes, yes, yes. Hornacek.
We've gotten really close the last couple of years, and to see a warrior that you went to war with every night, deep down you just said to yourself, God, you know, this is a guy that's not going to suit up with me next year.
At age 36, he says for sure this is his final NBA season.
You don't spend a lot of time coaching Jeff Hornacek. It makes the game simple when you have players that understand. He's been well taught, and he's a great listener, and you can't say enough positive things about Jeff Hornacek.
He is a great basketball player, and if he hobbles out there on one knee, I'll still take him every night because he will find a way to beat you. He can do so many things on the court, even if he's hobbling.
I think people should have just looked at Jeff and said, you know what, take this guy when no one gave him a chance, and this guy made himself into a great player.
Well, in the 6 seasons that Hornacek has been with Utah, they made it to at least to the conference finals 4 times, the finals twice, and sure it's nice to see the reverence that his teammates have for him, isn't it?
Hannah, go back to what John Stockton said. On one leg, I'll take him. He'll find a way to beat you. And no better example than Game 5 recently against Seattle. Very close game, 3 points. In fact, at this time, Hornacek not making jumpers. Instead, he goes to the offensive glass, tips it in. It goes up to 5 points right there, and his little daughter, Abigail, loves her daddy. So he definitely is a winner, knows what it takes.
Well, he made sure that that was not the final game of his NBA career, so now he goes into a series against the Portland Trail Blazers. What challenges does Hornacek face?
Well, he's going to have to show that great leaping ability again that he just displayed. But the biggest challenge he's going to have is finding a way to guard Scottie Pippen in the low post or Steve Smith in the low post. Portland likes to post their guards up. They like to post up Smith. They like to post up Pippen. And when you double team those guys, they have great spot up shooters in terms of Smith or Pippen and Stoudemire. So Hornacek's challenge will be, can he guard a taller player in the post without giving up and using that great jumping ability he just displayed.
That he's so well known for. He's really struggled offensively against the Blazers, too. A career 49% shooter, hasn't even hit 32% of his shots against the Blazers this season. When we return, we'll get the latest from Peter Vesey on a couple of big-name free agents, the Raptors' Tracy McGrady and Charlotte's Eddie Jones. First, a message from NetZero and a word from the NBA.